Without further ado, let's give our next speaker. He's going to teach us how to choose a business partner and how you fast track your success. And how many people money stops you from doing the deals sometimes. Well, you need partners to help you out with that. So let's give Stuart Gethner?
Gethner.
Okay. Sorry, I did that right earlier. Let's give him a warm welcome and applause as he teaches us.
Hey, good evening. Let's see if I can turn it on. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hey, you got it. Yeah. Cool beans. It works. So, thank you. Hi, everybody. Great to be here. I'm sure you know by now, my name is Stuart Gethner, and I come from sunny Arizona, where we don't really get too many tornadoes, although it does get very, very hot. In fact, sometimes I think hell is actually cooler than Arizona in the summer. But I'm glad to be here, excited to be here, and I'm a full-time real estate investor. I'm also an author and bestseller, Amazon bestseller, called No Agent Needed. And my lovely bride is an agent, so if you do read the book, you'll learn that agents are needed. They certainly fit somewhere in the real estate process for us investors. I'm the president of a company called Phelps Capital and Consulting. It's a real estate investment firm in Phoenix. We do wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold, work with investors. I also own a company, I'm president, managing partner of a company called Dobson Property Management. And we manage our own property. So I am not a licensed agent, but in Arizona, you don't have to be a licensed agent to manage your own property. We own fourplexes, some multifamilies, single families, some vacation rentals. Arizona's a great place to vacation. I'm also an instructor for our local RIA. In Arizona, it's called the ASRIA. Yep. So I've been teaching for ASRIA for about 15 years. And I also have 12 online classes for the national RIA. And you'll see the initials after my name. I'm a pharmacist. And in my previous lifetime, I used to own pharmacies in Arizona, independent pharmacies. And so I'm familiar with employees, I'm familiar with inventory control. In fact, if you really want to be familiar with inventory control, try being in charge of amoxicillin, OxyContin, and Viagra. That's certainly something to be in charge of, right? So sold my pharmacies in 2012. We used to have an expression in pharmacy, managed care does neither. They don't manage it very well, and they really don't care. So I got into something that was a little bit more capitalistic for me, investing in real estate, and I love it. But if you really want to know if I had my druthers, what I really would have rather been, I would have rather been a Major League Baseball player. And my favorite team of all time I would have loved to have played on was the Big Red Machine. All right. Probably would have been a ball boy at that age, but I'll tell you, that was one of the greatest teams I've ever watched, and I'm a fan. So, let's get started. So, I love real estate, I'm assuming we love real estate for what it can do for us, right? It creates time, some free time, it creates cash flow, wealth, and most of all, it's scaling. So once you learn how to wholesale a property, once you learn how to flip a property, or rehab a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or 3-bedroom, 2-bath, once you've learned how to do that, you know how to do that, right? So you can scale it. And so when I take on clients and they want to grow their business, the math stays the same. Once you whiteboard out a property, a 1-plex or a 4-plex, if you want to change that 4-plex into a 40-plex, all you need to do is add a 0 onto everything. And for the most part, you agree with me? Thank you, sir. So for the most part, it's the same, other than maybe your costs go down, because if you're going to replace 4 water heaters, it's sometimes cheaper to replace 40 water heaters. So I love real estate, what it can do for me, but I realize at some point in time I get stuck. I get stuck with either my mindset, or I get stuck needing capital, or I get stuck needing time. I don't have enough time, right? And so I found this book, and I'm sure you have too, called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay. And one of the things that Napoleon Hill talks about is the mastermind. And in his concept of the mastermind, 1 + 1 = 3. In other words, if you and I did a venture together and we put our head together, thank you, thanks, Debbie. Yeah, see better?